I was checking something. But you guys hear the grease now? So I'm gonna pull you over here. We're about to go ahead and get started with the chicken part. So we got our grease. Move some of these seasonings out the way. And you want to make sure you get your oil nice and hot, y'all. As soon as it starts to, you can hear it pop, then you know you're doing, good. Okay. Let me get a fork. They better not go to sleep. I'm not playing. They talking about they gonna be up. Okay. We gonna see. I'm gonna take the fork and we gonna lay these. You wanna lay them skin side down. So this is the skin side where the skin would have been at, but you still wanna lay it that way in the pan. But that's how I always, put mine in first. So you wanna make sure you do your meat first. Prep that. Because you want to make sure it's sit and have a time to rest. So whatever pan you use, just make sure it's big enough where you can fit all your chicken. Not overcrowded though, you know what I mean? So right now we pan searing the chicken. If you're coming in, you're new to the live, welcome. Rolling with the fam, cooking for our family of 6 tonight. Some homemade Chipotle chicken and steak bowls. So we pretty much got the Chipotle, but we bringing it to our kitchen tonight. I just turned the heat up a little bit. When that chicken, it wasn't up high enough. Now while we let that do its thing, we're going to go ahead and start prepping some of these veggies. And look what I got, y'all, from the store. So that we went to Whole Foods earlier, and I ended up stealing some of the roasted garlic. So instead of having to roast our own for the bowls, look, I took a shortcut and we took some of the roasted garlic. Hey Samantha. We took some of the garlic from the salad bar and we're gonna put it in our Chipotle bowl tonight. So I'm gonna take some of this. I kind of don't want it to burn though. I just want to put a couple in there. So that way it can kind of like flavor up the meat. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and start cleaning. We're going to go ahead and start to clean our corn. Like I say, this is the fresh corn. And it has all of these, like the little, the peelings. What is it? The husk. Yeah, I know. Right around the time when the 4th of July comes and the holiday comes and you peel back the ears, you left with all this husk. That lets me know it's the holiday time. So I like to use this for our roasted corn. We're going to roast this for our corn salsa. So I know the Chipotle, it doesn't look like it's roasted. I don't know if they roast theirs or not. But we're going to roast ours. I don't think this is roasted. That's why I said we're going to do it like Chipotle, but we still going to put our little spin on it. So just let that chicken cook. It's gonna be fine. So with the corn, you just want to run it under some water, and you just want to suck those little kernels away now. That's it. Now, you're not going to be able to get everything, like all the little strings, but you're going to be able to get enough. And like I said, we went to the store, just left, and did not get any freaking butter. I'm like, oh my God, I need this for the corn. It's okay, we got some bacon grease. I'm just going to cook these in the bacon grease and call it a day. Okay. So we have 4 of these. I'll go ahead and prep this first. But what kind of meat do y'all get in y'all Chipotle bowls? Like, what's your favorite types of meat to get? Y'all get steak or the chicken? I had the barbacoa recently. Not the barbacoa, the carnitas. I don't know, it's just something about that shredded meat. It doesn't give me the same effect like the chicken. Like, chicken is still, it's my favorite. My husband, he likes now the honey Chipotle. And then my son, he wanted the steak tonight. But just give me some regular chicken. Even that honey Chipotle one, it doesn't really taste like anything almost. It honestly just tastes like the regular chicken. So I'm like, at this point, just give me the regular chicken. And let's go from there. While we doing this, still gotta multitask and go over here and check out chicken. Okay, so I see the color on it. That's what you're looking for. Show you. Hold on. So this is what we're looking for, you guys. Okay. And I'm gonna actually put, it's still forming out there so bad. I was going to put these in the oven, but I mean, it's not going to take them that long because they're chicken thighs and we cooking them on the stove. But these are boneless if you are just coming in. But don't forget to give us a like, you guys, and share this video. You know, for anybody who wants a nice Chipotle bowl where you can make it homemade, share live. I'll be toggling back and forth so that way you can see, you know, everything of what I'm doing. Okay, we have the last piece of corn right here that we're going to clean up. That's why I say start on the meat, because I'm only working with this one pan right now on the stove with this chicken on it. That would have been nice if I had a larger area, like one of them little flat tops. That way I could cook more pieces at one time. You don't want to make sure you don't want to rush it. So we got the corn done. So now we can go ahead and like prep the salsa part for the corn once it's done. So I already have like a little smorgasbord of different vegetables. So we have the cilantro, a red pepper. We got a whole bag of limes, but these are 2 for right now to show you guys. Some spring onions. I'm still trying to decide how I want to use these. And then we need a red onion. And then we're going to need a bowl or something to put this chicken in, because once it comes out, you're going to have to let it rest. As soon as I take this batch of chicken and put the next one in, we're going to go ahead and get this corn started. Yeah, just make sure your chicken is all the way done. A little coffee break. Does coffee affect you at nighttime? Like, are you the type of person where you cannot drink coffee at night? Or can you only just drink it during the daytime? Or in the morning time? Yeah, I can drink it any time of the day, and I'm going to feel fine. It doesn't really bother me. This is cool. Put that up there. I'm going to take this first batch out. Wanted to make sure that one was done all the way. So, now, undercooking your chicken. And then before I put the next batch of chicken in, I'm just kind of cleaning the pan. lot of them little bits be stuck on the bottom. So I'm gonna just take those out before I put the next batch in, because if not, that's gonna end up sticking to the next batch. And that first set of garlic that I put in there, I'm going to take those out. So that way it doesn't burn. Okay, just cut the heat down some while I do that. Like do this part cleaning the grease. Chipotle seasoning, so it's making like all these little bits. So I don't want all of that. So I'm just cleaning this real quick. Like it's starting to smell like Chipotle, like with all the peppers in the air. You need to add a little bit more oil in your pan, but it's still pretty much got enough in here. So bring y'all back over. So now you can just see what I'm doing. I'm just cleaning out the little specks. It's not going to be all the way, you know, perfect, but I want to make sure I got enough of them out. And we're going to put the next batch of chicken in. And if you're just coming in, putting the chickens on the bottom, on the skin side, where the skin will go. These are boneless and they're skinless, so you don't have to worry about taking the extra skin off or deboning them, because it's pretty much already done for you. Now I'm gonna fit the rest of these last pieces of chicken in here at one time. We only had 2 more, so that way we can move on to something else. So that pretty much was good. So it pretty much ended up being like 2 batches, so 1 pan's worth of chicken for each batch. I mean 1 pack of chicken for each batch that we're cooking right now. So I'm gonna cut this back up because I had to turn the heat down a little bit while we cleaned that grease. So now we can move this out the way. To make sure I'm cleaning off this stove, because that's one thing that be driving me nuts, is when you are frying and then the oil just gets everywhere on the stove. So now that you took the chicken out, the first batch, make sure you are letting it rest. We're not going to cut that chicken up right now, not until, you know, everything is done. Okay. So that's going to be the most important part to keep your chicken nice and juicy, is just leave it. You're going to see all the juices right there. See all of that? That's what you want. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring another pot over there. what we're going to do is we're going to roast the corn. For the holidays, we make what's called like this corn salad, and this is how I'm gonna do that recipe, but I'm gonna do it different. Well, I'm pretty much making a corn salad that we like to do for the holidays anyway, but it's gonna go in our Chipotle butter. Pretty much what I'm trying to say though. Alright. Now normally I'll put this in some butter, but like I said, we just went to the store and did not freaking buy any. Like, what the heck? We did not freaking get any damn butter. So we're gonna just use some bacon grease. Some good old bacon grease to fry our corn up in. So if you're watching right now, hello, welcome to our channel. We are rolling with the fam. So we cook good meals over here on the channel. Right now we're cooking a little late. We're going live tonight. Something that we don't normally do, but something that we will be doing a lot more often. So make sure you guys follow us. Give us a like, share our lives. Right now we're making some Chipotle bowls, some chicken and steak Chipotle bowls. We have the chicken cooking right now. We have a batch already done. We have a batch that's cooking right now. We're making some Chipotle garlic flavor chicken. So it's going to be good, y'all. Okay. And just trying to get this pan heated up so we can start on our corn. Okay. Start to get smoking. So I'm not even going to let the pan warm all the way up. We're just going to go ahead and drop this corn, and then we're going to start to sizzle in a second. But we don't need to really babysit it. I am just going to roll it around. Make sure all of that bacon fat grease, touches the corn. So in a second, it'll heat up. Okay, so now for the corn salsa, what we're going to need to do, let me see. Now this is one of them dishes you're going to have to multitask. So if you don't know how to multitask in the kitchen, like you can't do more than one thing at one time, this is not going to be that type of dish for you, because you're going to have to be here, you're going to have to be there, you're going to have to be everywhere, like what Dr. Seuss say. Here, there, everywhere. Yes. Alright, so I'm going to bring y'all back over here. Just trying to keep a nice little wet space. Now this is the part where you're going to have to get like little bowls or something. Try to figure out how you want to put your spacing together. Are you going to have everything served like bar style? If you're going to have it around the table or like lined up, like think about the presentation. So for the corn salad, I'm just going to put it in this bowl right here. You can do that. corn, once we get it going, what we want it to do is turn a nice golden brown. And you want to keep rotating it every so often. So that way not one side gets done more than the other. But you want it to be a nice golden brown. Like I say, Chipotle doesn't, I don't think they do this part, but this is our little spin on it. Is to make a roasted corn. I think I need to add a little bit more bacon grease. I just want to make sure we got enough in here. Y'all hear that thunder? Like y'all right by the window. And just make sure you shake your pan. Shake your pan. Make sure your chicken is not sticking. It's almost 12 o'clock. And what have we got done? What have we got done, y'all? Hold on. The kids said, I don't care how late you gonna be up, but you gonna give us these Chipotle bubbles tonight. So I said, you know what, I got y'all. They say they don't have school, they out of school. So you will be seeing, I'm not gonna say late night dinners like this, but right now we're not on a schedule with our, dinners. So sometimes we'll come in, we'll be able to cook dinner around 6 o'clock. Sometimes it may be 7 o'clock. Sometimes it may be 8 o'clock. Don't know. So just make sure y'all follow us because we may pop in here, may pop in there. You want to make sure your corn is on a, it's like a medium heat. You don't want it up too high, but not too low either. Because you still got to be able to cook this. And the yellower they are, then the sweeter they are also. So right now, just had a brain fart. I had to remember what we doing. So we prepping the corn salsa, okay? So I went with a red pepper. That's what we're going to use today. Actually, let me sharpen this knife. That's what I should have did first. Let me wipe this off. I feel like it's not sharp like how I need it to be. And that's one thing with a lot of our YouTube videos. You need to sharpen your knife. And if you are new to our Facebook page, we are on YouTube, Rolling with the Pham. So this is how our Facebook page came about, is because we're mainly on YouTube. That's where you'll see us the most.
I'm back.
Yes, but we are here on Facebook as well, also, guys, and TikTok and Instagram. Not so much Instagram, like we post on Instagram, but our main media are YouTube is number 1, then Facebook
is number 2,
and then TikTok. And this is the first time we're on live Facebook by itself. Normally we try to be on like Facebook at the same time, YouTube at the same time. We had it, now we can get on TikTok live, but our software that we're using for us to be on live at the same time, we gotta renew it. And that way we can be on Twitch too. So no matter what platform, social media you're watching, you're going to be able to find us. Okay? Rolling with the Pham on everything. I'm going to wipe this off again.
some meat.
No, not yet. I'm just checking the chicken, y'all. I'm not actually flipping it just yet.
You got the corn?
Yeah, can you pour me some water? And you're not gonna be sitting in here eating snacks the whole time. Like, dinner will be ready soon.
Okay.
I may need to cover this pan up so it can cook a little faster.
Our can is too hard. Because the stop thing is the order.
Hmm?
The stop thing. I can't do it. It's hard.
So I'm gonna just cover the corn just a little bit. Let me put the water in here.
I can't do it. It's hard because the stop thing is there.
Okay. Oh, that's because they didn't open it up yet. Okay. Good. Gotta make sure you stay hydrated. You're doing a lot of talking. Right now it's so hot outside. So we going, yeah, see that's better. Now I didn't see I didn't sharpen the knife. Now I can get through it with no problem. And you only need one. I always like to take the little veins out. I don't know, that always bothers me. Is anybody else the same way? Some people don't take them out, but I like to take them out. Get rid of all these little seeds. Okay. Now what we're going to do first is you're going to slice your peppers in little strips. They don't got to be too small, but not too big for sure. Okay. And then you just turn them to the side, and you pretty much going to dice them. Okay? When you hold your knife, hold it like going like this. So that's one thing I always still have to work on. It's my knife skills. But this is one of those things where the more color, the better. It's going to be real cute. And then, you know, as we get all the ingredients, we're going to just put them in here in the bowl. So we can just set it to the side and get it out of our way. Otherwise, we're not going to have enough space. Do y'all use this part of your pepper? I'm just starting to like use this part. Now, I didn't cut too much of it off today, but do y'all throw this part away, or do you actually use it? I'm going to go ahead and flip the chicken. As long as you leave it on there for about 7 minutes or so, it's going to be fine. Right now, I got the top on it because I want it to cook a little bit all the way through. You know, you're just not eating on raw corn, so you still have to cook it. And then once we know it's done on the middle, like it's nice and soft, then I'm gonna cut the heat up so we can get that more char look on the outside. So I'm just gonna keep doing this. Make sure y'all wash your fingers, okay? Don't cut your finger off. How is this one? So in a minute, this is going to be filled with cilantro, your pepper, and your red onion. You would think this is something I would be making on the weekend. Like, seriously. I don't know how I got baited into making this on a Thursday night. Still gotta get up in the morning. Lord. So the one thing with the live, y'all gonna see everything. That's why I said I don't know how long we're gonna be on here. So if you're just up watching us, thank you. You know, it's not like it's gonna be like a recorded video where you can just stop and come back. So we chilling. Just take your time and make sure your cuts are pretty much, you know, similar in the same size. Don't have some of them looking all big and some of them looking all small, because this is one of those things everybody's going to be able to see, you know, because of all the different colors and shapes, how your knife skills are. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and take the chicken out. Although it's chicken thighs, you know, you don't want it to be dried out. chicken is done. And now, yeah, I think I want to cook this steak in the same pan. So let me rinse this out. What I said, y'all, keep rotating your corn around. So in a second, you're going to start to see like little brown lines. That's going to let you know that it's starting to get a nice more caramelization on it. I didn't season it yet, too. That's another thing. Trying to get the little bits out the pan so we can use the same pan for the steak. Almost done. Cut this water off. Now, if you are just coming in, these are the steaks that we're using for our Chipotle bowl. These are some beef short ribs. We already went on ahead and seasoned them up. Go ahead and check the replay if you can, or maybe later on, so that way y'all can see what we seasoned these. We didn't season them the same way that we did the chicken. It got its own little separate flavor. So right now we're going to go ahead and heat the pan up. The same one over here. Start to hear your corn sizzle. So just make sure you're checking on it, make sure it's not burning. It's looking good, y'all. I'm just rotating it every so often just to make sure that that bacon grease, is getting on top. Let's move the chicken. Go a closer look of the chicken. So that's the chipotle. What we put on it? The chipotle garlic. One half of it was the chipotle garlic, and then the other half was the smoky chipotle. Okay. So for this, we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna let that pan heat up. So while it's heating up, we're gonna get back to cutting these peppers up. We're almost done with these. Look, I got some of the pepper juice splashing in my face. Almost got me in my eye. Like I say, normally I don't use the top part of this pepper, but I cut a lot off of it today. So I'm gonna make sure I use, I use it. So now you just left with the top part. What they say, stuff is too high to be wasting. If it's still good, you better use it. What is your favorite part of the Chipotle bowl? Like when you get one from the store, what's your favorite part? Is it the corn? Do you get the corn? Do you not like the corn? The tomatoes? The salsa? Do y'all not like the cheese on it? Is there anything that you have to have on your Chipotle bowl? What's one thing you do not get on your bowl? Alright, so this daggone pot is popping. And we're going to go for a medium rare steak. Medium well done steak. This is our nice seasoned steak, y'all. Look at it, okay? We're going to put it right in the pan. Like I need to bring that over a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Alright. I'm putting both pieces in there. I hear that sizzle? That's what you want to hear, okay? And we just gonna leave it there. Let me spread it out. Not moving it around, but you see why I use this big old pan, so we had enough space for both of those pieces to be in there comfortable. And here go the corn over here. Now I didn't add any salt on the corn. Normally I do. So let me go ahead and add a little bit. Okay, so we're going to sprinkle a little bit of salt on here. I don't need a lot. And I want to add the pepper, but I'm going to wait. Because if I do, but y'all see this little line right there? Y'all see that? That's the whole reason why we're even cooking the kitchen. Welcome back.
I'm back.
We want that right there. That nice char. Okay.
I'm back.
Hello.
Got a piece of check on.
No, leave it alone. So I'm going to cut the corn up. And we're just going to let it keep doing what it's doing. Okay. Normally I don't cook it in the pan. I have it more enclosed. I normally cook it in this pan right here, actually.
Mama, the cilantro is so yummy.
Why do you keep eating cilantro?
I like it. I like it.
Okay, stop.
It tastes like mint. I like it.
Oh, this steak is going to be so nice and tender and juicy.
I thought that was chicken.
No, the chicken is back there. Make sure y'all like the live, share the live. Especially to anyone who wants to learn how to make a homemade Chipotle bowl. You can't go wrong with that, y'all. Making your own at home now.
Instead of paying $10 for a whole Chipotle bowl.
Yeah, and you can just do it the way you want to, how you want to.
And that'd be here and me and 2 pieces of chicken at the hot pot. You don't have much chicken you want.
They getting a little bit too crazy. Skimping on the rice, skimping on the meat. This way you don't have to worry about, excuse me, can I get a little bit more rice? Can I get a little bit more corn? Can I get a little bit more beans?
And sometimes they be charging you for it.
No, they do. They do. I don't know if anybody asks for extra bacon now.
I don't really like Chipotle.
You know.
They're still, what's the word? Like kind of hard. I don't like it. Alejandro, I like Alejandro.
Okay, y'all. So I'm just still cutting up these peppers. I'm pretty much almost done with this part.
Mom, this is how you say cilantro in Spanish. Alejandro. I like Alejandro on my chips.
Okay, let's go ahead and flip this steak. Okay. Nice little sear on that. Like I say, I wish I had some butter. That way I could have basted it. But we don't freaking have any butter. No.
Comment down below your favorite toppings at Chipotle. Comment down below your favorite toppings at Chipotle. And how many pieces do you be getting?
So we're going to let this cook for another 30 seconds. And then we're going to take it off the heat. And we're going to let this rest also. Actually, another minute just to make sure. Because it's short rib.
Ew.
Good.
I like it.
Good. As I can see right here, it's still, you know, red at the end of it. So let's cook that a little second longer. media. You don't have to go back and edit it, which is a good thing because that saves us a lot of time.
So you'll be going and edit it? Have you ever edited a live before?
No. Take these steak rolls. Give it 30 more seconds. Because as I'm pressing down on it, it's still giving me a lot of like little push. So I'm going for like a medium well. I just don't want to make sure it's not like medium rare. Take them off. So it got a nice color on both sides. Okay. That's what we want right there. Now the next thing we need to go ahead and prep is the rice. You gotta cook the rice on.
Let me have you the rice.
Huh?
Do you want me to have you the rice?
Yes.
Yeah, just start off with 3 bags.
No, let me do a whole box. So the corn is almost done. This is the rice that we're going to be using today, you guys. So this is the basmati. Sometimes we switch up our rices. So because it's late and for, you know, the time's sake, we're going to go with the bowl in the bag. So we really don't have to. I know, put that back, Porter.
Do you start on this?
Yes.
Okay.
Look, she excited because I told you guys in the beginning, we actually got the Chipotle bowls in here too.
Were they like confused why you just asked for them?
So I was like, okay, I'm about to put this bowl in. I don't want to just put it in a regular, you know, bowl, little everyday bowl. It's not going to feel like we eating Chipotle. So I went down there earlier. Luckily it was one close to me, and I'm like, you know, I wonder if they're going to give me some empty bowls if I ask for them.
Because they're Chipotle by her dog.
Yes.
She works at the bank.
So, you cannot say everything personal stuff. Okay? Be mindful. Mindful? You can't say everything on camera. garbage. But yeah, so I went down there early and they asked. Well, I asked them, you know, could I get some of the bowls? And she was like, how much you need? How many do you need? And I'm like, well, I get 6. Can I get 6, please? And she gave me. Let me rinse this out one more time.
Why? Why do you keep having to rinse it out?
Because.
What?
Oh, I had the steak bits in there. I just want to make sure we're starting out fresh.
So what? You want a rice to taste like steak? You want a rice to taste like steak? So what?
But it's because it had those bits in it. That's why.
Oh.
Alright. Now, I'm going to make 2. Hand me the other box.
Okay.
So I'm going to make 2 boxes like this. Because we had 1 at first. But the girls was like, we can pretty much eat 1 bag per bowl. And I'm like, y'all really think that much rice?
Hey, we used that box yesterday.
I know, we just bought a new one. So we're going to use 2 boxes. So all together, it's going to be 8 bags.
Where is it?
Hmm?
Where is it?
I don't know. Look on the country.
Check in that cabinet. Check.
No. Look. Ask them.
Mom, that is the one.
What?
The box of rice.
That's not the rice.
Yes, it is.
Hold it.
Yes, it is. Every
Why
time
are the chips open? Who opened the chips?
you told me to give something off.
No, I did not tell you to do that.
You did.
I'm doing my nerves.
You gave me the chips.
No, I did not. Why would I do that?
You did.
Why would I do that?
You literally told me to do that. You can't even kid.
Please stop just doing stuff and saying stuff. I did
Bro,
not say that.
that's
Yeah.
literally what you
Come on, out, out.
That's literally what you said.
Oh, here you go, right here.
Like,
In my face. So you pretty much just gonna put, if you never made boiling a rice bag, what is it? Boil your bag in the rice. Y'all, I'm getting tired. Boil the bag.
and your.
Jesus. Boil in the bag. Okay?
So
Goodness
this is how you do it. You take some hot water.
Yes, listen.
You take some water. You steam the water until it starts bubbling. And then you put your bag in for.
Just until it starts to get thick.
Put 4 cups of water. And 1 bag of rice. And you can also put it. And you can also put this in the microwave.
Yeah.
And once you're done, you can also eat it out the bag. So you cook it for 8 to 10 minutes.
Right now I'm just getting the water.
So 18 minutes. Here, you can use this.
No, that's yours.
No, it's okay.
Use it. Was that lightning?
Yeah.
Stop. Water?
I told you it was okay. Bro. Mommy, if we leave these open, Mommy's gonna be scared. Mommy's a scaredy cat. What if the power goes out?
It is thundering and lightning.
I'm scared to go to bed tonight.
Are y'all scared of thunder and lightning?
I
Come
am.
on, y'all be adults and really say if y'all really scared of thunder and lightning. Say hopefully we don't go out
kids that are watching this already know y'all are scared.
Oh my God. Lord Jesus.
Hopefully we don't go out.
Hmm?
Hopefully the power don't go out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, it's at 4 cups of water.
It's okay, because we're not even going to keep it in there long enough. Alright, now, you still want to cook this the same way like your regular rice. You still need to season the water.
Are you going to open the bag?
Yeah, I need you to move your stuff out the way.
Are you going to open the bag?
No, don't open the bag. That's the whole point. If you leave it in the bag.
But why are these holes? The rice is going to come out.
No, it's not. That's so it can get some air.
Oh, and
So
the
the
water
rice-
can like get in?
Yes.
Oh, this is how you do it.
Yes. Hey, you might get kicked out. Seriously.
I know how to do it. So you have to let it boil for how much?
What they say, throw a little pinch behind you,
Mom.
a little salt for good luck.
It said boil it for 8 to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So 18 minutes.
Okay. You out. Come on.
Hey, go.
Hold some chips up. Why are you always gonna put this on that chip?
That's too big.
Alright, so we're gonna just put the top on there. Cut the heat up. As soon as that comes to a boil, we'll drop these bags in. Y'all, I know it may look like a lot, but it's going into the bowls, okay? Oh, you know what? I'm gonna add a little bit of let me add a little bit of chicken stock. So these are the little chicken bouillons. Do y'all use these? So it's pretty much you making your own chicken broth. So if you don't want to buy them at the store, this is what it is. Those better than beef, better than bouillons. So we pretty much keep like the chicken, and all I'm using is like a tablespoon. And just add it to your water. I need to go ahead and get the cilantro cut up because that has to go into our rice also once we get it cooked the way we want to. Okay, now I'm just put the top back on this. Let that come up to a boil. Okay. Alright, so cilantro. Let's go ahead and just get that prepped because like I say, we're going to have to put that in the rice. Now, an easy trick to do your cilantro, you can do like this. It smells so good. Oh, it smells so good, y'all. I know a lot of people don't like cilantro, but cilantro is one of those things like you have to have. You have to have it with our tacos. And it's no different with the Chipotle bowls because it has to go in your rice. Now I'm trying not to do it hard where I'm getting those stems. I'm just kind of like shaving it off, you know. So if you have a garden, grow you some cilantro. Can I have some too? Can y'all ship us some? I'm going to be posting some things soon of some products that you guys may want to have where we, you know, are going to be sponsoring them. So make sure you are checking out our page every so often. We may have some discounts or some, you know, discounted prices Now I already have rinsed this off, so it's not just straight from the store. You still gotta rinse this off when you bring it home. And then just go through it. Sometimes you still may get a little sticks in here. So I just kind of like pluck those off. I mean, it's not to the point where you have to get all of them, but if you can get a lot of them off, then that's good. Alright. Now this cilantro, we're going to need it for two things. We're going to need it for the rice, and we're going to need it for the corn salad. The corn salsa. So from here, you're just going to take your knife and just chop it up. You know, just chop it down. Smells so good, y'all. That's one of the most satisfying parts. Rough chop. That's all. Just want to get to it. You don't gotta be too serious with it, okay? Now I'll just save this for something else. And just try to get it as fine as possible. If you don't feel like doing it this way, then just get those little tubes, that come by the produce, and it's already in like the jar, the tube, and you just squeeze it out. You can get the cilantro like that too. Okay, so we're going to do half and half. Okay, so we're going to put half in our bowl. This is for the corn. And then we're going to keep the other half for the rice. Because those green specks in your rice is cilantro. When they ask you want brown or white rice, and you see the green specks in it, that's the cilantro. Okay, let me get a little bowl.
Mommy.
Yeah.
Amy and Alex, are you done?
Yes, I'm almost done. I'm halfway there.
Why is the rice still not in the pot?
I'm waiting for the water to boil.
It's
Tell her I'm
done.
I'm about to check that now. Tell her I'm making the rice, and I'm still doing the corn. Stop eating. Put that there.
It's yummy. It makes your breath good.
Yeah, it do. It do.
It'll make your breath good.
Shoot, why did I do that?
Mommy. You are
I
so...
swear. That's one thing in this kitchen. I am clumsy sometimes.
No, when she does things, she doesn't think.
Just making a mess just to be making a mess.
But Mom, being working with hot stuff, she does things before she thinks. Use your brain.
Sometimes. Who are you talking to, girl? Get out the kitchen. Come on, out the kitchen. What she is talking about? Child. Let's clean this up a little bit. Okay. I still don't know where I want to put these green onions. But for now, I'm going to have to steal this bag because this is how we can store these cilantro. The take you a cup, put your, and then put a little bit of water in here, and then cover it up. So that's all the water you need. It's like a little pinch of water. So just in case you have a whole batch of herbs and you don't want it to go bad in your refrigerator, do this. It will keep in your refrigerator for up to 2 weeks. Seriously. The only thing is making sure you don't forget about them. Because that's one thing. You'll put them in there and store them, and then you'll look back and be like, oh shoot, I forgot these was even in there. So now for the onion. Oh, before we do that, let's check this corn. Told y'all, it's one of them dishes you're gonna have to multitask. Let me show you the corn, so that way you can see what I'm talking about. You see that nice little color right there? That's what I'm trying to get. Okay, so I just been rotating them. So because you keep it on one side, then it's gonna get burnt. And I still have, you know, a good amount of oil in here. This is the bacon grease. So with the top on it is helping it cook, and you know, it's helping it to get soft and to get that little roast on it. So those are almost done. I'm actually get ready to take those off because we gotta let it cool down some. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off because I need to let them sit so we can be able to chop it up in a second. Because one thing with those, you will burn your fingers. I'm not about to burn my fingers.
I told you it was going to be done at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Well, guess what? Y'all told me to still fix it, and that's what I'm doing. So leave me alone.
It's 1 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, go sit down.
Take me, this is breakfast now, Mama.
Come, get out the kitchen. Don't come back.
Rude.
Go sit down.
Yeah.
Come on, here. So now we need to go ahead and get started on this onion. Now this is going to be the part that you don't want to have to be worried about because your hands is going to smell like onions, but it's okay. Where is my pie holder at? So now the water is boiling. We're going to go ahead and drop the rice. Just make sure. And the beauty with these, once they're done, all you have to do is just lift it up. Like it has a little handle on it and everything. So, oh my God, that just scared me. Like this thunder is worse than the 4th of July with the fireworks. Because you know how everybody's been popping those fireworks on before 4th of July? And it's been catching us off guard every freaking time. So, but yeah, once they get done, you can pretty much pick it up by the handle if it's not too hot. And then the holes in it will allow the water to drain off. So the rice is getting done in the pocket. So that's what Porter was saying. You can actually make these in the microwave, or you can do it on the stove. But you have to watch it because you still can overcook these. And we don't want them to be mushy. It's supposed to be like a 5-minute rice type of situation. So this one says 10 minutes. So you can boil these for 10 minutes. So I'm going to set the timer for 10 minutes. Just in case, you know, this is your first time actually seeing these. But these are a good staple. You know, we do have like the regular bag rice, and then we go to these. Sometimes you don't have to do everything from, you know, scratch sometimes. You can have a little cheat, and I feel like these are a good cheat, you know, the board in the bags. You can still jazz them up the way you want to. You'll know when they start to get done because they'll start to float to the top. So let us know if that's something that you like to use also. Alright, so back to the onion. Now for the onion, you want to make sure you leave the root piece on because that's how we're going to dice it up. Because we have to dice this up small. So I'm going to cut it in half because we don't need this whole onion. Okay. And just make sure you cut the right side. So not the root part, but you're going to take the other side off. Okay. And then just peel it. I normally like to just peel that whole top layer off. And then once you peel that little, what is it, the slippery layer off, take that off too. Because you can't be trying to cut and then the knife is sliding all over the place. So it should be a nice, firm piece of onion. That's what you want to start to cook it on. And just make sure you're moving that rice around so everything is submerged. I'm going to put the top back on it. And then I just turned the heat down a little bit. Let me make sure. I haven't made these in a while, so sometimes I be forgetting how to cook it. Yeah, it really doesn't say like what heat to put. It just say boil uncovered. Okay. See. Why y'all didn't tell me that? If y'all watch. Alright, I'm gonna put it back on more. Let me not mess this dang on rice up. No mushy rice, y'all. That's one thing. No mushy rice. Okay. So, you really could use half of the green onions in the salsa, and we could do some of the red. So, I think that's probably what I'm going to do. Because otherwise, I don't really know how I'm going to incorporate these green onions. So, I don't know. For me, I always like to cut the ends of these off because they're never even. So, that's the first step for those. That way you can start out with a fresh slate, you you know. It's nothing like, you know, how you get your hair trimmed at the salon. You get that nice trim. That's how I feel about this. I can't really start cooking with these until you get that nice trim on it. So now you're just going to just cut them real small. Well, you know what? Before I do that, like I said, let's take this corn out because it has to cool down. We're going to put it on a plate because we're going to have to grate this. And I'm going to be burning my fingers. And it smells good. Now imagine this like off the grill. You can grill these too. Y'all, see that? So that's what you want right there. When we say that roasted corn, that's what we talk about. And this would have been a lot better if I would have had my butter. But it's fine. It did the job in the baking list. Okay. I need some more space. Like I do not have enough space for nothing. Now I'm kind of like cutting these in slithereens. That's pretty much how small I'm doing these. And I'm not going to use a lot. So as soon as I got to that little first rubber band, that's it. And we still got to put some of the red onion in it too. Now I don't know if you can tell, but just wanted to bring y'all a little closer. So this is the boil in the bag. And you see it's starting to puff up. So it's going to start floating, you know, once it becomes done. And this is the basmati rice. This is one of our favorite rices. Between this and the jasmine rice, you know, that's always a good go-to. I wish we had a bigger countertop so I didn't have to keep moving y'all around so much. But you know, we gotta do what we gotta do in this little kitchen. Okay. For the onion, you're going to hold it and then you're going to slice it. You're going to slice it across first and then you're going to slice it down. But make sure you do it real thin. Because that's the one thing with the Chipotle bowl, honestly, is I be feeling like it be too many onions in the salsa, the corn salsa. Does anybody else feel the same way? So sometimes the onions can kind of overpower it. That's why I'm kind of like, okay, let me use some of that green onion versus the red onion.
Is it done?
Okay. So I got the little first slices up in there. And now you're going to do it the long way. But I always like to hold it like this. Because if not, the onion going to go all over the place. In the same way, you just want to make sure you cut it real skinny. I'm using the tip of my knife. Make sure y'all wash our fingers, okay? Now move these out the way. That's why I say we don't even need all this onion. And then from here, you're going to cut it the sideways. But do it real tiny, you guys. And this is going to give you your dice look. See that? See how small they are? I don't know if you can really see, but you can tell you're doing it small because you're cutting it slow. Now, honestly, I'm not even going to overload this corn salsa with these red onions. So, I'm going to actually do just this amount right here. And a little bit. Because I don't want it to be too oniony. That's always one thing, to be too much. Now, since we already cut these, that's fine. We can just use that for something else. Okay. So the 10 minutes is up. Now you can really tell what's going on. Now if you had this, you would like I say, you would just hold it like this and all of the water would drain off of it. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna take all this water off and we're gonna get ready to mix the rice. It's going to drain this. And you can put these in a strainer so that way you know for sure like all of the liquid is off of it. That's honestly probably what I should do. With all of these holes, you really can't. It's still going to be leaking out. Okay, hold on. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get a strainer. Okay. So I'm going to put the rice in here so it can drain off the liquid. See, if you just try to dump it out, you still gonna have all of this water still in the bottom. So if you put it in a strainer, at least you can let it drain off. Shake it some around. And that's that. So we're going to just let this sit. And then if you don't think the rice is done enough, by it still sitting in here like this, you know, it's still cooking too because of all the steam. So that's another little, you know, tip. Let's move on, you guys. We are almost to the home stretch. Let me clean up this mess a little bit. That's the only thing we're gonna be smelling is onions. I wish I had some more Ziploc bags. I don't have any more bags. I'm just gonna put these onions right in the bowl too, because I don't know what we making for, you know, tomorrow or this weekend. But we'll use up these ingredients that we did not use up today. Okay. Alright. So move this to the side. And now here goes one of the fun parts. Okay. So I just put the rice back right there, so just so I can make some space. And so what y'all want to do also at this point, before we start to do the corn, make sure you roll your limes. Make sure we get all of this juice. This lime juice. Now this one feels pretty soft, but you want to make sure, because we're going to need this for the corn and for the rice. So put all your back into it. Put all your muscle into it. If I had enough time, okay, so it's one, like I said, we have a whole bag of these. Like my hand is slipping. I just got a little paper towel right here so I can grip it better. Because otherwise this thing gonna fly away. Come back over here. Get back over here. Alright. And then we just gonna set these to the side. Okay. So here is the corn. We need to go ahead and cut this. This is one of my favorite parts of making the corn salsa, is cutting it off. And it's nice and soft, so once you press on it, you can feel that it's nice and done. So what you want to do is hold it on the bottom, so you have a little bit of grip, okay? And you're just going to take your knife, and you can kind of like this, look, you're going to have to slide it all the way down. You can actually just slide it like this. That's why I like to use the fresh corn, because the frozen corn, you're not going to be able to do this part. It just gives you like a little satisfaction. And a fresher taste also, because it is that corn off the cob. Just move that over some. And we're just going to do this to all of them. Actually, I'm going to just put, because I don't feel like I have enough space. So I'm just going to go ahead and dump the corn right up in there. So hopefully these recipes, well, what I'm doing is easy enough for you guys to follow. I would highly suggest that you save this live, because I know Facebook now is doing something new where once we upload the lives, they only want to stay up there for about 30 days or so, if I'm not mistaken. So if it's something, a recipe that y'all really want and you don't think you're going to make it right away, you need to save it or download it. I don't know how you guys can get it, but do that. And if it does, then what I'll do more than likely is download it, and then I'll see if I can upload it to the YouTube channel, so that way you guys can just go on there for reference. I'll figure it out. But right now, I just want to get comfortable being back on here, and you know, just making you guys more aware that we will be on here, so that way, you know, we'll be able to get more people, more eyes on what we do. If you're watching the video right now, give us a like button. Let us know you are enjoying, or at least you're still up with me, okay? That you're hanging out in the kitchen. I know it's late for all the night owls out there. Alright, so you got one more. And then try not to get it too close to the rind, because you'll end up getting like some of those pieces in your corn. So it's kind of like a little soft touch. That's what you need to do. Almost. Now, you normally would want to do this one first also, so it can have a chance to sit and come together, the corn salsa. But because we're making it right now, you know, we're not going to be able to have time to really let this sit in the refrigerator. But come tomorrow, oh yeah, this is going to be even better.
What are you making now?
I'm about to make the rice in a second. Leonard's gonna come out here in a minute and be like, oh my God, you have to use up all these dishes. Like, that's one thing when you being here cooking, especially meals like this, you're gonna run through a lot of dishes. You really are. Okay, so now we also gonna need some lime juice. That's why I said go ahead and roll it. And what we're going to do is use our fork, so that way we won't be struggling. So I'm kind of like just doing like this to the fork and pushing it that way. All the juice going to come out. I know limes is a little bit more. You got to put a little bit more behind it. It's not like that lemon. And you know what? I should chop up a little bit more of this garlic. Actually, I'm going to take some of this garlic juice that we took. Like I said, we got these from Whole Foods earlier. I'll show you. I'm going to put a little bit right here. Then see if I can smash it up. There we go. There we go. Y'all, there we go. That way it won't be like chunky. Okay. So let me taste it. Okay, it is a little strong. I'm gonna just take a little bit. Take a little bit. Put this back in here. That's good though. So we're going to do the rest of this lime. So this is going to be one whole lime. that we added in here. Now I do have a jalapeno in the refrigerator normally when I make the corn salsa. I do put a little heat in it also, like a jalapeno, but I'm not going to do the jalapeno tonight. But what I'll do is, where's her lip gloss in here? Okay, so I know we just added the tomatoes, but not tomatoes, the fresh onion, but I always still like to add a little bit of regular onion powder. I like to do both. Okay. We're gonna have to taste this in a second also. But I'm trying to see, looking for the spice. We gotta give it a little kick, just a little kick, y'all. And then some. So this is why I can't see everything up here all the time. Okay. So we're going to add a little pinch of this cayenne. Just a little smidget. Just to give it a little heat. Okay. And I did buy some white pepper. I like using white pepper sometimes. Y'all like using white pepper? I feel like it adds another taste than black pepper. Just a little bit. Alright, so now let's mix this up and we're going to see what we got. But you're going to see all the colors start to come together. We really needed some olive oil in here too. Goodness gracious, we didn't get nothing from the store really that I needed. I forgot we needed a little bit of oil in here too, y'all. But, I mean, you could use like a salad dressing, a vinaigrette. That's what we normally would put in here. But because it's the Chipotle bowl, I don't want to do all of that. Like, it's not the real corn salad that we would normally make, where I'm putting the salad dressing in it to really bring it together. It just is more like a garnish to eat on top of the bowl. So let me see. Hold on. Because the only thing we really have is this balsamic. It got a little honey in there. Maybe I can do like a little smidget. Not a lot. Okay. Just to give it a little, you know, acid taste to this too. Something that's making me cough. I'm just trying to get rid of this cold too. I've been a little bit under the weather. I don't know if these little allergies or what. Okay. So of course, now the next step, you gotta taste this, y'all, and adjust for the seasonings. We gotta see how this tastes. Like I say, pretty much this is one of those, the longer that it sits, the better it's going to taste.
They asked, now are you done?
Why you keep being the one to come out here asking?
Because they told me.
Okay, so let's go ahead and taste this, y'all.
Can I taste?
No. I want you to sit down.
Does it taste like Chipotle's?
Yeah, but we need some oil in here.
It's dry.
It's good. I'm gonna just use a little bit of this bacon grease because we don't have no more butter, y'all. I just told y'all that. Not butter, but olive oil. So I feel like we need a little bit of oil to tie it together. And just need a little sprinkle of salt. I can add a little bit more of that garlic because it's not overpowering like I thought it would be. And I got a little bit of this lime pepper right here. Add a little pinch of that. Should be good to go. We need to go ahead and finish up this rice, cut the meat up, and then we can put these together. But yeah, make sure you taste as you go. If it needs anything, you can adjust. Let me taste one more time. It's a little spicy, but that's good though. You need that little kick. I still feel like it's missing something. A little bit more of this lime pepper. That's one thing I'm just gonna keep seasoning until I get the taste that I'm looking for. Fresh lime. So I'm pretty much just adding this garlic in little by little. Now, that's the one thing with, like I said, with these, because the longer it sits, the true flavor is really going to come out. And I think I'm so used to putting like the salad dressing in here to really tie it together. So now that I don't have that in here, I feel like that's the little element that I'm missing. So we're going to leave that there. Let that just come together. I don't want to keep, adding and adding to it. Alright. Set that to the side and clean up this mess a little bit. And then we can start working on the rice. take this out. That rain is still coming down. So now what you're going to do is just, to make it easy, just going to cut this bag open. And from there, you just pretty much just dump everything out. Now see, it's like perfectly cooked rice. And it's still gonna have time, you know, to steam. So if you didn't cook it long enough, or you thought you may not have cooked it long enough, it's still gonna steam in the bag. Thought it was done storming out there. It's still coming down. It's 2 boxes of rice. So 8 pouches all together. If you don't need this much rice, you know, just depending on your family size, just make as much as you may need. Let me just eyeball it as I go, because if I don't need to make all this in here right now, I'm not about to put all this in here right now. It's going to get a little slippery after a while. And it's still hot to the touch. So I really feel like this. I'm going to add one more bag, y'all, because them kids, their eyeballs is bigger than their dang stomach. And that's what our parents used to say to us.
Have you tried any charger?
No.
Now what are you making?
I'm making the rice. Okay, so what I'm going to start doing is putting the cilantro in. So everything we're doing, actually let me do one more bag just to be on the safe side. Amy said she wanted beans, and I forgot the beans. So, her bowl not gonna have beans with it. Okay. So now we're just gonna mix that up. I feel like we need some more cilantro in here. Oh, there you go, right there. I'm like, where is the rest of the cilantro at? Like, I know I cut up enough. Okay. So right now I'm trying to get that mixed in first. And then I need to taste this rice and see if it even tastes like the chicken stock. Make sure this rice is cooked all the way through. Okay, so just kind of like fluff it around. So make sure that cilantro is all the way up in there. And let's taste it, make sure it's done.
We're gonna eat good tonight.
Okay. I don't know, y'all. I'm gonna add a little bit more water to this and cook it for a second.
Is my cup still in there?
Okay. Just going to add a little bit more chicken stock to this cup of water. This rice should have been done by now. And I think because we had so many in the bag, in the pot, it didn't boil all the way like I wanted it to. So I'm just going to add a little bit more so it can steam. Some of these pieces still taste a little crunchy to me. A little bit more. A little bit more water. Normally you wouldn't have to do this. It normally does a good job of cooking, but like maybe because we had so much, I'm just gonna put the top back on in and just let it cook for about another 10 minutes. Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and we still have to I forgot we still got to cut this lettuce up. I'm trying to do all the prep work before we cut the meat. So I don't know about you guys, but sometimes the lettuce in the Chipotle bowl is really good. So I normally get this like at the bottom of my bowl. But some people get salad with their Chipotle bowl. So I end up getting the romaine hearts because these are a little bit more firmer and a little bit more heartier than the regular lettuce. And then you don't have all them little like harsh stalks that you have to pick out like you would with the regular lettuce. So I'm just going to rinse this off. I may have to pause and come back, you guys, because Bobby done woke up outdoors and it's so like she gonna have to go to the bathroom. I have to go let her out. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is just dry this off a little bit. All this water in here. Just taking some paper towels. Just trying to dry it some. What are you doing? Who was that? Okay. So in little strips. Put that piece on. A little crazy looking. Okay, so little strips. Just gonna chop this up. I don't think everybody wants none of this, so I'm only going to just do one. And then we're going to chop it the long way. It's maybe the lettuce they use. I was like, what type of lettuce do they use in Chipotle in the stove? But now that I have it cut up, this could be it. Just cut it all the way down to the bottom. Alright, so we're going to put this in the bowl. I feel like we got a little Chipotle station going on, y'all. We got the rice cooking. We have the corn. Now I didn't do like the tomatoes because we have like the pico de gallo. So this is the pico de gallo. It has like the corn salsa in it. So I didn't do anything with this because it's already done. And then we have some of the guacamole. So everything is not going to be made homemade from scratch. And then the sour cream is in the refrigerator also. Okay, so just stir that rice up a little bit. So let's go ahead and cut up the steak. Let's see how the steak is looking. I hope I cooked it long enough. I know for sure this chicken is done. Just cut some of that, just took some of that juice off of it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is just cut it in half first. Now, I said we was going for a medium well, but I may have to cook this just a little bit longer. So what I'm doing right now is just cutting it into strips so we can cut it into squares. And if I just need to pan fry it a little bit, just a little quick second, I can do that. Just to get a little bit more color on it. Now, from here, just going to cut it in little chunks. Like this is the outside. Now, everybody likes their steak different, okay? So you don't have to have it this less done. Just depends on how you prefer yours. I'm kind of like leaving it chunky enough so you can be able to taste it, but not too chunky. I really wish I had that butter. That way, I could have made like a little steak, maybe for like steak bites. But it's okay. So, what I'm going to do is just put it in the pan for a quick second with some garlic. And just toss it in there for about a minute or so, just to be good to go. And you see it's still, you know, juicy. Put these back on the stove for a quick second. I'm going to go ahead and cut this chicken up. So this is the steak, this is the second steak. But the flavor's good though. They're nice and tender. I just put another 5 minutes on that rice just to give it, just to make sure. And then I'm just going to let it steam. Yeah, this is like that milk mouth steak. So this one is actually cooked a little better than the other one. You don't have to even cook this one that long. Just gonna cut it in half. So my husband picked these out, these short ribs. So we got these from Whole Foods today. So their meats are pretty, you know, good. Nice and fresh. If you don't have a Whole Foods near you. which one y'all gonna go for tonight? Y'all gonna go for the steak or y'all gonna go for chicken? Which one y'all in the mood? Which one y'all want on your boat? Comment down below.
What are you doing now? The thunder is starting to get real hard.
I know. And then I was gonna say I could sprinkle a little bit of this summer truffle salt on it at the end. That's one of those little salts that I just bought Daddy for Father's Day to go with his steak. Like a little finisher salt. I'm gonna add a little bit of that on here too.
Mom, what is going in the oven?
Nothing.
Is that meat done, the steak?
No, wait, it's halfway done. I'm gonna put it on the stove for one more quick second. Just to make sure. I'm not gonna be complaining. Before I do that, actually, you know what? No, let me do the steak first, so that way that rice can just sit to the side.
Is that the corn mixture? Is that the corn mixture?
So this is the pack that we just going to put those steaks back on for a quick second. And I'm going to put a couple of those cloves of garlic. Who's on there? Alright, y'all, I'm literally going to flash fry these.
Like just popping them in the pan for a couple minutes.
Yeah. This is that bacon grease.
We love bacon grease when we're frying things in the right way. Yeah, you gotta do this.
Okay, I'm just going to infuse that garlic a little bit.
But what meat do you, when you actually go to the real Chipotle, what meat do you always get?
Chicken.
I get beef.
You do?
Yeah. It's all yummy.
Literally like 2 seconds just to get a little color on them, but not a lot of color. Still want them a little medium well done. on, get out the stuff.
Let's go.
Let me turn them up a little high so they can get a little color on them. And I'm just going to sprinkle just a little bit of this little truffle finisher salt on it. Okay, Bobby, hold on. So that's it for the steak, you guys. Those are little steak bites. What they done turned into.
Can I take the steak bite?
No, not yet.
Oh.
I'll take it.
It doesn't even look pink anymore.
Okay, let me finish this rice. Y'all, I thank y'all for watching. Let me go ahead and take Bobby outside real quick. Everybody is asleep. And then I'll come back and we'll put the finished bowl together.